It's go time for one and all. Nadine Roos in the number 10 will get us underway. An electric atmosphere in Athlone Stadium greets the players today. And Lusanda Dumke, captaining the nation for the 4th time, secures possession. Lachner, Tose, Lacha. Looking solid early on, Nadine Roos, weighing up her options, sends it to Eloise Webb. The cover tackle solid from Ashley Masters, who equals the Wallaroos record caps today, the number 7 for the gold and green. Tachulwa on the carry. Fighting for it on the ground, the Wallaroos. The turnover's good. What a turnover it is. A chance to go long for Faitala Moleka. Real youngster Moleka. And what a kick that is. She sent Eloise Webb reeling backwards. Webb gets a good connection. Into touch.
Oh, the Springbok women starting like a house on fire. After that kick off, Yaki Salier getting up into the air. It's going to be a battle of heights in the wings. Getting under pressure, but now a territorial advantage and gain for the Wallaroos.
Just hold it.
Might have to go up, try and compete. Bit of miscommunication about numbers at line-out time.
Australia play it to the front. That's a flat ball. Back to Naden from Bridie O'Gorman, who took it at the front of the line-out. Australia very much on the attack now with Lane Morgan. Here comes Tuinaka Vadra. She does so much carry work for the Wallaroos, and how about that for a challenge? Hele against Karpani. Two of the most forceful players on the field. Great depth from Australia. The accuracy not there, however, but Desiree Miller, if she gets away, she's dangerous. Maya Stewart scored herself 2 tries against Wales. Morgan to Moleka. Masters on the carry. Good tackle from Lochner, slowing up the pace, giving time for the defense to reorganize.
We go back for the not rolling.
Oh, they had a penalty advantage. Did the Wallaroos, not rolling at that breakdown. Springbok women, most penalized, most undisciplined side in round 1 of the WXV 2 tournament. So they're going to have to be careful not to allow easy entries for the Wallaroos. Springbok women had me dancing in my chair. They weren't getting out of the way, so the Wallaroos want to play quickly.
Naden feeds the line out. That's a solid set on the rolling maul from the Wallaroos. They can only be told to use it once under the new laws, and use it as the call from Precious Paisani on the front foot through Cecilia Smith. The pick and go from O'Gorman. Great pace from the Wallaroos early on. Real danger signs now for the Springbok women. Can they hold their line? Wow, the pick and go from the Wallaroos is profitable in the end. Sioka Pesi Palu opens the scoring.
Oh, they're just too clinical, aren't they, Paul? They know where their strengths lie and they use it to their advantage, and they use it to get points on the board. It was all about getting the first set and getting it off the maul. And then they had to play it quickly after good defense from the Springbok women. And then it was just about picking your targets. Quick ball, line them up. Springbok women not getting off the line early up. Palu fighting through the contact and making her way over the try line. That's a brilliant start for the Wallaroos.
20 seconds, okay.
19 years of age, Moleka. The future is bright for this one. The flags are raised for Australia at 7-0 they lead.
Yeah, the folding of the Springbok women just not quick enough around breakdown time, which allows for those extra gaps. Fighting through the contact, Palu getting over. Early start, quick start for the Wallaroos.
Well, they played in the WXV 1 just last year, had a rough Pacific 4 Nations tournament, finished bottom, and that saw them qualify for WXV 2. But are they beginning to show their class again? Roos sends it long as far as Eva Karpani.
Go back.
She is powerful. Moleka, short ball to O'Gorman, and Babalwa Lacha's there to lend a shoulder. Morgan. Jeepers, the defending is solid early on. Caitlin Leaney carrying that ton. And Morgan gets it away. Ow, that's great play from Moleka to get it onto the outside. And the outside backs for the Wallaroos are pure danger. But the defense of the Springbok women is equally so. Kawa and Hele combining. That's a wonderful pass to put the Wallaroos back on the front foot. How about that for a dish to Palu? The try scorers in the open field, looking for support and stolen away by Torse. A breathtaking start to this fixture. A motivated Springbok women's side, but the Wallaroos are clearly, they've come to show what they're all about. Lacha, the Harlequin. Eloise Webb fills in at halfback, and Nadine Roos sends a contestable kick of sorts. Ill-directed, and Malinga's pressure telling. Driving over the point of contact. Hele makes the steal. Tuinaka Vadra, her opposite number, driven off the ball. Roos looking for options. Here's Webb. Turns to the boot. Watching this one closely is Miller. Miller is dangerous. She has defenders in front of her. Occupies those. And here comes Eva Karpani, the Springbok woman, down to 14 players for the time being. Yaki Salir has left the field temporarily, hopefully. O'Gorman. Morgan. Moleka keeps it moving. There might just be a little bit of space on the outside for Maya Stewart. Maya Stewart is quick. She's rapid. She's got the bounce on her as well. What a try for the Wallaroos. Georgina Fredericks, born in Zimbabwe, scores in Cape Town.
Oh, by 100 Dolph running on for the HIA test. Yaki Salia went off with a knock on her head after the tackle off the kickoff. But look at this. This is all about keeping ball in hand, creating space on the outside, not trusting the outside defender to make their hit. Sunam Tose opting to go for the inside one-on-one versus Eloise Webb. Friedrich says, sit down, get out the way. And with the offload, they started like a house on fire. They really are trying to punch their name into the ticket to win the WXV2.
They're doing all they can to silence the crowd here in Athlone. The Cape Townian fan takes some silencing. Moleka. Another successful kick from the number 10, the 19-year-old, looking classy again.
But the Springbok women are going to have to be careful about kicking ball into their hands and letting go of possession really easily, because they've got danger women like this who can do the running, who can do the stepping. Maya Stewart with the offload to Friedrichs. It's going to have to be about a regroup now for the Springbok women. They have to just understand what's going to be needed out of the game. Game management going to be key for them too. Getting ball in hand even better.
Roos changing the direction of the restart. Goes central with this one. Vino Ubisi's up after it. Great tackle from the lock on Ashley Masters. Fired back by Morgan. Charge down comes from Torse. Torse controls. Torse for the line!
Oh, we spoke about game management, but talk about turning tables. Unam Torse, the starting scrum off today, moves from the bench into the starting lineup, always under pressure. Opted for the kickoff going the other direction. Torse gets in, gets high. Small in stature but big in heart, gets the kick through, and then it was all about control and diving on the ball. Springbok women answer back.
Nadine Roos, in the absence of Yaki Salir, fails to raise those flags. The score remains 14 points to 5.
This is straight off the kickoff. All the pressure, got off really early, worked through the tackle. There was a play in front of her. Keeps going, keeps looking, understands where the ball is. And then it was all about keeping composed. Pressure on the ball. Try time. Springbok women.
Moleka gets us back underway. We've been allowed to bounce in front of Malinga. Always dangerous.
Miscommunication between Danal Lochner and Ayanda Malinga. That was Ayanda Malinga's ball all day. It went over the head of Danal Lochner.
Step in on the mark, please.
Small errors and small moments that are going to come into play for the Springbok women. Composure is going to be needed always.
Stay 10, please.
Rosalind Portis feeds the line out. Solid take for the Springbok women. Lacha. Very hard to knock her backwards. Torse, the try scorer, to Nadine Roos. Looking for touch, and she finds that. Well, they promised plenty, and it started something special here.
Yeah, we're excited. They're going to need composure. It's going to be about who's going to be the calmest under pressure, understanding what's needed in the right moments of the game.
Stay in the 15. Get back.
Naden feeds the line out to Palu, who's been shining early on. Moleka gets a pass away, and oh man, there's big hits in the midfield. Now Desiree Miller. Miller's going to ask the question on the outside. Miller beats one, but not the second.
Into touch. We go back there. We go back for offside. Outside green.
Kumisakawe making hits, taking names in the midfield.
Or we go there for the penalty offside.
Look at this, Miller eyeing up Eloise Webb, getting on the outside. They have to make those hits. One-on-one hits are going to be key today. Zintle Mpupa doing just enough to get a hand in it, but it is still Wallaroos' ball.
Desiree Miller scored 4 tries in one match against the Fijiana earlier this year.
Wait, who's receiver here? Who's receiver? The rest of you go 10. Hooker. Hooker, come in all the time, please. All the time. Time back on.
Naden.
Stay.
Another perfect line out for Australia. And they've got that rolling maul going forward, breaking away wisely was Masters. The formation was not perfect. Tui Nakavadra on the carry. Here she comes. Eva Karpani carves them open. Another try for the Wallaroos.
Eva Karpani, the try scoring machine for the Wallaroos. That was just soft. Perfect line out for the Wallaroos. Realized they weren't getting any ascendancy numbers coming in. And then Aseza Hele over-tracking, doing well to get the call and get the mark, but way too tight around the breakdown. Suddenly see where Charlie targeted that channel, did Karpani. They're going to have a battle in scrum time. They're going to have a battle in defense. They have to become better around ruck time.
Brumby's Rookie of the Year with her easiest kick thus far. Flags are raised. 7 more points for Australia. News from the touchline. Yaki Salir won't be coming back onto the field.
Going around, not enough folding, not getting there. That was suddenly see with Charlie just missing her tackle. Nadine Roos went off, thought the ball was going to go. Karpani said it's her time now.
Yaki Salir is the goal kicker for the Springbok women. She is outstanding in that duty, so she will be sorely missed. Hope she's doing well, of course. Nadine Roos kicking it onto Eva Karpani. And how about that from Birandre Dorf? Getting down low and making the tackle. And the strong tight head. Tui Nakavadra. Moleka.
Okay.
Goes long. Great accuracy on her boot. Eloise Webb playing in the 15 today, usually an outside centre. Taking it to the Australian defence. Torse for Roos. Lochner fighting away through the tackle. Tosse thinking about sending one over the top for Dolph to chase. Coming onto it, Moleka. Great tackle attempt from Dolph. Here's Miller. She is elusive. In the tightest of spaces, Lochner with the power, lifting her up off the ground. The Springbok women gather around, and that's going to be a maul, which will result in a scrum.
Brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant defense by Dana Lochner. That's imposing your physicality on a player half your size. Realized she had to make the tackle. The kick over the top. Behind Dolph not able to get there. Wraps her up, gets her in, holds her up. She was not going anywhere. Nam Tosse eventually joins, as well as Rosaline Bottas. Snaran Kachua gets in there too. First scrum of the match, Paul. This is where a lot of the deciding factors are going to happen.
Tosse feeds a dominant Springbok women's scrum. They'll be looking to milk the penalty out of this. Hele can't keep it in long enough. Charging right up the center, Zinhle Mpupa. Tosse to Ubisi. Running out of numbers on the left are the Wallaroos. If the Springbok women can get it wide. Kawe straightening the line. The offload is a quality one for Mpupa. Still, the Wallaroos struggling to recover to the blind. They've got numbers there now. The chip over the top with the penalty advantage waiting.
No advantage there, we go back.
You can understand the thinking of Tumisa Kawe wanting to get the chip over the top because she had that advantage. But if you've got that advantage in your pocket, try and play, try and get something on the outside, create something.
You need to roll out. Penalty
they were had the Wallaroos under pressure, getting into their faces.
Your mark.
Brilliant break. Zinhle Mpupa, Tumisa Kawe, that's a very dangerous centre combo. Often isolated, getting there just in time. Eloise Webb for the clearance. Not rolling away that time. That's where the penalty comes from. They have to become smarter about when they've got penalties in hand, when they've got penalty advantage.
Dean Roos looking for touch. About 10 meters to travel to the try line for the Springbok women.
And then Nadine Roos is also going to have a lot of pressure on her back with both Jacomina Salia as well as Libby Janssen van Rensburg not on the pitch. Those are two of the Springbok women main kickers.
Bottas feeds the line out. What a quality contest from the Wallaroos, and it's been knocked on, it would seem, by the Springbok women as well. Playing it fast and loose behind the try line, the Wallaroos with the clearance from Moleka. I mean, the head on the shoulders of this teenager is something special.
You can see what the Springbok women did. They opted to flood the lineup, put the forwards and the backs in that lineup. There was only two players left on the outside, so very dangerous. If the Wallaroos got a clean ball, would have had all acres of space to attack from. Sometimes in these moments, you just got to keep it simple and play the basics.
Bottas fires it in. Brilliantly won by Lochner. Here's Tosse taking them on. Hele for Lacha. She lost it just before the contact. Very well taken by Tui Nakovadra. And right to the line, Ashley Masters. Another dominant hit from Kawe.
No green.
Now the Wallaroos looked for a moment like they might be playing it through the hands for the one woman overlap they had on the outside. Eloise Webb marshalling the space well. Here's Roos. Roos in space is dangerous. Crucial tackle from Hulse. Another teenager in the starting lineup for the Wallaroos, just 18 years old. Dolph with the goosey. Oh, the knock-on comes.
Knock down. Knock on.
Don't know if it's just the crowd or the game itself, but it is exciting in this Athlone Stadium now.
Oh, it absolutely is. Good through the hands, letting it go. Dolphy on the outside with the hitch kick. Just the offload back to Snazon Kachua. Not going to hand. Eloise Webb and Nadine Roos in that 10-15 combination doing really, really well to be able to try and exploit space.
Down getting some treatment, Eva Karpani. But let's talk about Swayze de Brain, Leila. Very new to the job, just a few games under the belt. He's trying out some new combinations, isn't he?
Yeah, so he said that was the plan for today, was try and test new combinations, always in preparation for the Rugby World Cup next year. That's why a couple of players are being rested. Taylor Kinsey, most capped Springbok woman, scrum half, she's being rested today. He wants to see what the other players can do together. Nolusindiso Boy coming out of the starting onto the bench, almost looking for a bomb squad in some sense. But yeah, this is all about building, perhaps targeting the Italy match and thinking that that's a match they can definitely gain. See, Snazum Kachu was up for this one. She said, come, let's go. We got the hits on you previously. Fired up. It's all about trying to channel that energy in the right direction.
Catch! Back! Sit!
Lane Morgan feeds the scrum. Well, did that come shooting out the mouth? Not sure, but the dominance at scrum time clearly on the side of the home team. Morgan fires it, and the defensive effort of the Springbok woman is leaving no stone unturned. Moleka under pressure. Just look at the distance on that kick. She has got it all in her locker, this young fly-off. Webb fires back, but can't get the same purchase on her kick, and here is Moleka fielding the return kick from her opposition. The try scorer Palu, and back to Moleka now. On the outside it's Stewart. How about this interplay from the Wallaroos? It's the try of the tournament, surely.
Oh, it has to be. Oh, the interplay, absolutely incredible. The Wallaroos just know where each other are. Cecilia Smith gets the reward, but it was so much more than that. The kick from Eloise Webb, not gaining any distance. It started with this. Moleka pinning the Springbok women back. Then they had to try and get it. Eloise Webb
Precious, I'm just going to show you footage of the grounding.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Then it was all about pinning each other back, putting each other into space, going the opposite way. Oh, but here's a decision being made.
Looking for the grounding.
Well, I think if this South African crowd is anything to go by, that's going to be a no, and I think the pictures show a no too.
What I'm seeing is a clear separation between the hand and ball. So knock on in goal and no try.
Those are the facts.
No try.
So knock on, no try, knock on. We start with the goal line.
Oh, the try of the tournament's not going to stand. There was separation between ball and hand before the ball was put down.
Yeah.
I love the rugby in Cape Town, don't they?
I played advantage.
Animated.
And educated as well.
Absolutely. They're all about seeing the right pictures and making the right call.
Get back,
That
please.
piece of play, though, from the Wallaroos, pardon me, up until that final moment,
Let's use the check.
absolutely first class.
Make sure we are behind the kicker.
Just know how to exploit space, don't they?
Nadine Roos sends it from the goal line clearance, and what a step that from Masters. Dragged down by Hele. Morgan gets it away. Tui Nakavadra.
Run out, Spring!
Lochner has been showing up big time in the opening phases of this match. Here's Morgan away to Moleka into the midfield for Naden. There's no way through there. Morgan gets it away quickly, never slowing down the Wallaroos. Look at this interplay time after time. Miller wrapped up in a couple of tackles. Morgan to Palu. Palu looking for the offload. Always good protection at ruck time for the Wallaroos, but they get it wrong this time.
Yeah, too good a protection in that time, sealing off, going beyond the ruck, making the ball unplayable, so not giving the Springbok women any opportunity to be able to try and steal the ball, going beyond the ruck.
Your mark there? Yeah.
Springbok women with a bit of a get out of jail free card that time around.
Nadine Roos, prolific sevens player, and someone who's also been to the CrossFit Games.
Sanda Dunke, 6 on 6. Hits being made left, right, and centre, and this is where the off feet comes. Goes completely beyond, goes off her feet, almost lying flat on her stomach.
Watch out for Ubisi. Dominated line-out time for the Springbok women. She claims that one. Torsa is getting involved in some tussles early on here, the number 9. Rosaline Waters next up. Here's Hele. Once she gets going, she's hard to stop. Hele up the guts. Solid protection at ruck time for the Springbok women. Nadine Roos plays it to the blind. Roos beats the tackle, gets it away to Gatchulwa. Gatchulwa gets the hands free. Dolph's going to go for the corner here. Low body position, too low. Too low from Nadine Roos, and she knows.
Oh, exact same call. Sealing off that time too. Going off feet at breakdown time. But what about this break from Aseza Hele? Her versus Tuinaka Vadra. It's gonna be brilliant. Stays on her feet, fights through the tackle. Then it was all about quick ball, getting it into the wider channels. Oh, missed opportunity for the Springbok women. Behande Dolph pinning her ears back. There, Nadine Roos goes in, first person there, knows she's sealing off.
Open. Australia on the line. In the middle, please. Move in the middle. Yeah, move in the middle. Let me fix it. Take a step.
Tanya Naden, Canberra born and raised, a Brumby as well, feeds the line out to Palu. Palu's doing it all right so far. Oh, almost breaking the line again was Cecilia Smith. Here's Palu. Palu beats the first. She is an athlete of note. Morgan. Tuinaka Vadra to Moleka, and there's an overlap on the outside. Miller is lightning quick. She's going to ask the question. Crucial tackle from Lochner. Moleka keeping the play alive. The women of Australia in the red zone. Can they make it count? Tuinaka Vadra. Oh, in those early channels, there is no quarter being given or asked. Morgan. Tough one to handle for her. Gorman almost spilled it, brought it back under a spell. Karpani knocks it on.
Knock on.
Oh, the intensity that the Wallaroos play with is just a notch above. They're so quick to distribute the ball. They're so quick to exploit spaces on the outside. Pass just ever so slightly forward on the drift. Karpani. She's not able to get her long levers into that.
Well, Layla, as the old saying goes, there are levels to this game, and the WXV competition recognition of that. That's why there's WXV 1, 2, and 3. Australia played in WXV 1 last year. South Africa would dearly love to dine at the top table of women's rugby. It's going to take a lot to get there. How do you see them getting back into this game?
I think it's just about trying to play our own game at the moment. We're trying to keep up with the pace and the intensity of the Wallaroos. We do have ball in hand, but when we've got ball in hand, we're trying to rush play too much. All we have to do is slow down game, try and play our game, force them to play at a slower pace, which is going to frustrate the Wallaroos women. All you have to do is just be able to try and keep ball in hand, distribute it, send it to the right people, and make the right decisions under pressure, because oftentimes when the game starts getting at such a high pace, you're going to start looking for offloads within those closer ruck areas, and that's when those 50-50 passes happen. Ball possession is key. You can't play the game without ball, and that is exactly what the Wallaroos women understand. They keep ball in hand, they offload when needed, and they make their passes and take it into contact when needed.
Now, you spoke earlier about the team needing to negate the excitement that they're hearing from the crowd and the excitement that we feel for them taking to the fields. How do you think they're going with that so far?
Yeah, it's all about pressure, but this is those first moments of the game where it was pressure. Palu getting in, making her name known. And then this was the distribution we spoke about, the interplay between forwards and backs, absolutely exquisite. Maya Stewart, she's a try scorer, but she's also an incredibly physical player, finds Georgina Fredericks back on the inside. This was all of South African moments that they created and gave ball away, but talk about a moment for Nam Tose getting up and scoring that try. Look at that. Skara Ntabeni also making his way into the crowd. We've got a couple of Springbok or South African heroes that have come to support the Springbok women.
Coach! Back!
Unam Tose.
Let's have it again. No, you two need to fix that. Keep it stable, yeah? Keep it stable, keep it stable.
That's why I'm holding my head, right?
Remember, go to the left of my mouth.
She's pulling out. You have a one.
Don't know if you heard that over the ref's mic. She says she's pulling out. She doesn't want it. There's a fierce battle in the front row between these two sides.
Crouch! Back! Sit! Keep it stable!
Tose to feed. The Wallaroos holding their own this time around at scrum time, but there comes that go forward. Hele, can she control it this time? Tose gets it away to Kawe. Great tackle fight there from Kawe. Ensuring clean ball for Tose. Roos sent it to Webb. Marked up on the outside. She turns to the boot, drives it downfield for the teenager Hulse. Oh, that's a pass that asked a lot, and Upisi was ready and waiting to apply the pressure. But the Wallaroos scramble so well to get players in position to secure ruck ball, even when they're under pressure. Morgan for Moleka. Moleka, she's overcooked this one. Finally.
That's the first mistake that Moleka's made. Spotted some space. Eloise Webb was just on the inside of the 15-meter. Springbok women have done well to keep the Wallaroos under pressure. Spoke to Swace earlier, Coach Swace, and he said they worked so hard in defense this week.
Take a step, open. I put them on.
Rosalind Waters. Well, there was a challenge from the Wallaroos, and that one might have been drifting off the center, so sweet relief for Waters. She goes again. Ubisi takes. Tose feeds for Nadine Roos. Into the midfield, it's Mpupa. Telling tackle on the outside center. Tose. Ubisi to Roos, wrapping around the back, looking to unleash that back line, but the Australian women sharp to the opportunity. Kachula taking a more straightforward route. Tose for Ubisi.
No hands, leave it!
In over the ball. Solid contest. Told to release by referee Paisani. Webb, there's an overlap here. Can they work it? And Pupa to Dumke. Here's Hele. Hele is going to look for Dolph. Dolph marked up. She cuts in field. Inside the Australian 23. Ripped away in the tackle. And a knock-on from the Wallaroos, so a scrum advantage for the time being. The chance remains on for the Springbok woman. Roos looking for some depth from her ball runners. Sanelisiwe Charlie available, and that's a penalty advantage now against, might have been Masters. Here's Roos. Roos with the short ball for Webb. Webb on a line of note into the 5-meter line. Kachulwa might be isolated here. Buys enough time, fires it back for Bortus. Kachulwa there again, fighting for the line. Papalwalacha looking to lean her way over the line. She stopped just short. The hands are raised from the Springbok women. They've scored the try.
Oh, she's a force of nature, isn't she? Snazum Kachua, she's been all over the place. Incredibly involved in what they're trying to achieve. Look at that. Sia Khaleesi, Vaina Ubisi. It was all about keeping it tight. Snazum Kachua going in, couldn't get it, just kept short, looking for that quick ball. Nadine Roos marshalling her forwards. Kachua goes in, that's hers.
Roos. This time she's on target, 7 points to South Africa. The score is 21 points to 12.
Oh, she's been a hard worker, hasn't she? You can see she's not very happy at the moment. One of the stalwarts in the Springbok women, it was all about buying time, biting and going. Snazum Kachua gets over.
You're empty.
9 points in it. But look at that.
What an atmosphere here in Cape Town for the WXV2's final fixture of round 2. Lusanda Dumke looking to get some go forward herself. Palu's there to bring an end to that. Rosalind Bortus, great body position. Good tackle fight. Torset away for Roos. They're running this ball from everywhere on the field, the Springbok women. Zinhle Mpupa making a welcome return to the starting lineup. Roos, they're going to work the blind side again. Here's Dolph around the outside. Oh yeah, Eloise Webb with the step. The pace of play from the Springbok women, admirable early on here. Vena Ubisi occupies a couple. Quick ball needed. Torset. She's got numbers out to the left and she goes that way for Charlie. Bortus through a half gap. For the offload in faith finds Charlie. In over the ball, the Wallaroos win the penalty.
And that's what we spoke about, those 50-50 passes. But they're being tested, the defense of the Wallaroos. Tuinaka Vadra coming up with that steal. It was a hallelujah offload. Suddenly see with Charlie, right place, right time, but isolated on the ground.
Just about making it over. The Springbok women's players marshalling the touchline.
Suddenly see with Charlie with the hallelujah, how she got that ball in her hands. But Tuinaka Vadra getting those long levers over, staying on her feet. Rolled just out of the way enough. Did Friedrichs.
Get out of there, get out of there. Okay, just play.
Very unusual situation. Babalwa Lacha down on the ground, looking like she needs treatments. But the knock-on comes from the Wallaroos all the same.
I'll give you time to leave. You can't do that, yeah? And please make sure
Winton
we've
got up early.
And
then just a bit of miscommunication around what the call was going to be. Looked like Tanya Naden
time off.
knocking that ball on. Yeah, Babalwa Lacha looks like she might just be cramping up.
No, I won't
ever so slightly. Definitely not one of those players that you want to lose for a cramp. She's a tight head, specialist tight head, Babalwa Lacha. First Springbok woman ever to sign a professional overseas contract too. So she knows what she means to the team, one of those leaders in the side.
You good? Yeah, it's a scrum.
Joe Yap in charge of the Wallaroos.
Take a step in.
Head coach of the Wallaroos, former England international with 70 caps to her name. The video analyst that used to work for the Springbok women's team. With some inside information.
Straight down.
Both of you, I need you to hold it up better. Both of you, keep it up. I need better body shape from both of you. Let's go.
Babalwa Lacha versus O'Gorman on the outside. Just went straight down. No one really getting clear dominance initially. That's why we got the reset scrum.
Crouch! Give us space, give us space. You need to put your head in. Bye! Sit! Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Springbok women go cranking forward again, and the Wallaroos are falling off the bone. Tose sent it to Kawe. And a brace of ball runner, the inside center for the Springbok women. Try scorer Mtachulwa, brought down by our opposite number, Ashley Masters. Here's Hele. Oh yeah, Kawe! Talk about hands. Here's Malinga. Malinga, she is lightning quick. And so far, she's seen precious little of the ball. Bortis to Kawe. She's running it up the guts like she's a loose forward right now. Toss it for Ubisi. Advantage now over for the Springbok women from that penalty. Nadine Roos off to Mpulpa, trying to use the hands. The defense outstanding. Rushing up Cecilia Smith. Miller.
No, don't pull her out.
Did not latch herself onto the ball. Captain for the day, Lusanda Dumke, stepping in at halfback, and here's Tose again. Sanelisi with Charlie waits for the perfect moment to make the pass, allowing Bortis to run into the gap. Tose, slow ball for the Springbok woman. Nadine Roos. It's off to Lochner. Playing this game at a ferocious pace are the Springbok women, and not making too many mistakes in the process. But one comes into evidence there from one of the star players, Zinhle Mpupa.
Zinhle Mpupa just a little too deep on that. Look at this. Look at the hands from Tumisa Kawe. She didn't have much on it, but she had enough on it. Hits have to be made. The Springbok women are finding gaps in the defense of the Wallaroos. Just the miscommunication between Roos and Zinhle Mpupa. Mpupa wanted to go on that short line, so she was already committed to the inside. That's not a nervous coaching box at all.
He lives each and every moment, Sways the Brain, and the fans of Cape Town really do live each and every moment. Not only do they live it, they live it up.
There's come rain or shine for these Cape Townian fans. They were called to come be the 24th player today, and they're making sure their voices are heard. Yeah, but if you're not having a good time, what are you doing?
Well, a great number of people coming through to support the Springbok women here in the WXV2. It's all about continuity and giving the fans something to believe in on a year-by-year basis. And of course, something into the future, which makes the Under-20 African tournament that's going on in Stellenbosch over these last few days oh so important. Players like Vena Ubisi and Birandre Dolf, products of that Under-20 system that in the past has only had sporadic matches. What a battle between O'Gorman and Lacha underway, and Lacha seems to be winning that battle. Tuinaka Vadra in a compromised position, knocks the ball on.
It's all about attitude. It's all about getting into the faces, making your hits, putting the pressure on. She's having a tough day at the office, Tuinaka Vadra. She's one of those very dangerous players. She's elusive. She's always looking to run through.
Come, ladies. Let's go.
But under so much pressure from Snazom Mtachulwa as well as Unam Tose. Look at that, 5 handling errors versus only the 2 of South Africa, with 4% difference in possession. So not as clinical as they would have wanted the Wallaroos.
I need you to step in.
They started like a house on fire. They caught the South Africans on the back foot, but now looks like momentum swung in South Africa's favor.
Keep it up, keep your elbow up, keep your elbow up.
Less than 2 minutes to play till the halftime break. The Springbok woman looking to milk that scrum penalty. Hele loses control again at the back. Torse for Dolf. Dolf taking on Miller. Miller with a dominant hit.
Yeah, just not being kept in at scrum time. Aseza Hele perhaps just losing control of it ever so slightly. Always coming in, always looking for it. 100 Dolph just being bullied into touch that time around.
Play 10, please. Play.
Palu at line-out time has been imperious. Moleka away to Tuinaka Vadra. They've lost some of that effervescence from the early running of the half. Have the Wallaroos. Carry from O'Gorman that time. Away to Naden. Maleka keeps it moving. Great hands through the hands of Hulse and onto the outside. It's Stewart. They can't let her get away. And Pupa on the cover. Brings down the danger woman. Masters to Moleka.
Stay.
Lane Morgan. O'Gorman with the inside ball to Naden. So clever in their interplay. The Wallaroos so confident in those passes, sticking great hands from Friedrichs on the outside. Miller's going to get around Hele. Inside ball, it may be on here for Morgan. Morgan's going for the line. What a tackle from Malinga. And that's offsides. Miller scores. The Wallaroos are in again.
12 from offside. I need to work hard to come onside, please.
Oh, that's how clinical they are. They don't need too much of the possession, but when they get possession in hand, they know how to get points from it. And that woman, Desiree Miller, boy oh boy, doesn't she know how to get points.
Thank you.
The offloads slick, the handling even better. Back ball, even under pressure, tackling in, allowing the space on the outside. And then Miller realizing she's got a mismatch, but look at that, Slinger Malinga coming from the outside, making the cover tackle. On her feet, stays on her feet. Nobody else does well, goes straight through the gate. Tumi Sakawe in a very compromising position.
TMO check.
Oh, there's a TMO check.
Okay.
Precious Pazani makes her way to the big screen.
Nine gold.
The question is going to be whether or not she lost the ball. Doesn't look like she's got much control over that ball, Lane Morgan.
Here is your best angle.
Okay. I see the ball rolling forward. Okay.
If
Okay,
this
Estelle.
try is ruled out.
So from what I've seen, the ball rolls forward when she goes to ground. So that is a knock-on. So no try. And we go back and we say game is done because it's half time now.
Those are the facts.
Thank you. Was it before the time was up or it was?
I can
So it
confirm
looks
time
like
is up.
Okay, thank you.
this try is being disallowed. The second one for the Wallaroos in this half.
No try. Knock-on before the try was done. Half time.
The crowd celebrates it as though it's 5 points for the Springbok women, which it might as well be, courtesy of one woman and one woman alone. Ayanda Malinga on the cover. She came like a torpedo. She made a hit and she made it count, keeping this game in the balance heading into the halftime break. It was all the Wallaroos early on, but then the Springbok women came roaring back into it. And at the halftime break, it's Australia in the lead by 21 points to 12. A teenager with the ball in her hands who stepped in for a late replacement in the opening match and won the player of the match in match one. We're underway for the second half between the Springbok women and the Wallaroos of Australia. Masters trying for the turnover there, who today equals the cap record for the Australian women's rugby. Rosalind Portis. Torse. What was said at the halftime break to these two teams? Will we see a change in approach at all from that breathless attacking style of the South African team, who charge up on that kick, and Molek has been isolated. In over the ball, Vena Ubisi.
You've got to start with intensity. And there she goes. That's the intensity you want.
The embodiment of intensity, Unam Torse. Starting in place of Taylor Kinsey, who's running water today for the Springbok woman. Babalwa Lacha on the charge. Positive start for those in green and gold. Nadine Roos sent it to Birandre Dolf. Early replacement for Yaki Saliers.
Get out there, one.
And Tuinako Vadra has not returned to the field for the women of Australia. The number 8, the young number 8, just 21 years of age, being replaced by Atasi Lafai. Big tackle that on Ubisi. Torse off to Lacha. She's done well to latch onto that. Nadine Roos for Kawe. Kawe.
High tackle.
12v12. Looked like Cecilia Smith. It's rather Atasi Lafai.
Time off.
High tackle on Kumisa Kawe. Didn't even play the advantage, went straight for the straight arm. That might get reviewed. That's shoulder straight to head. The question's going to be whether or not there was any mitigating factor. Kumisa Kawe stepping back on the inside. Just have to make sure it was directly to the head.
There was only one red card in the WXV2 edition of 2023, and that went to Aseza Hele.
And so from that angle, you're not going to be able to see where the contact is, but that's where the contact is.
So I'm seeing the contact. Foul play, she's always upright. Estelle?
Here's your best angle.
Thank you. So I see gold 19 is upright and makes contact with the head.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to go bumper referral for that one. Captain and 19. So 19 gold is always upright and makes good contact. So we're going to go bumper referral.
Head contact, always going to be a yellow card. This time a referral, so bumper review being made. So that's going to, all the angles are going to be shown to the parties on the outside, all the officials on the outside, to make a review decision whether or not it's going to stay a yellow card or whether or not it is going to become a red card.
Nadine Roos will look to drive it to the line. In a stunning turn of events. There's some rain falling in Cape Town right now after two of the most scorching days of the year.
We said Cape Town knows how to have 4 seasons in a year.
Ubisi rising high. It's not straight from the Springbok woman.
Options, Captain. Line up again. They'll have the line
That'll
up.
be frustrating
Same marks.
for Rosaline Burtis. They were in the right areas on the field. That's what we spoke about, converting the opportunities and using the opportunities to turn that into points. Lost opportunity there for the Springbok women.
They had a chance for the scrum, Australia, but as the kids say these days, they don't want that smoke. To the front of the line out, the Wallaroos go, and here comes Eva Karpani. And now under pressure, Moleka sets it free. Torse underneath the ball, takes it clean, sends it to Gachulwa. Gachulwa has no problem running into thorny areas.
No, go!
Torse finds Webb on the run. Great hands from the fullback. Here's Malinga. Malinga, slippery. Star of the Springbok Sevens outfit as well, as is Nadine Roos. Lacha, very much a 15s player. Torse for Roos. Extra woman on the field for the Springbok woman. Hele on the charge. Great protection. Torse gets the way to Gachulwa. Pulpa under pressure. She got woman and ball. Good counteract that from Caitlin Leaney, slowing everything down for the Springbok woman. Nadine Roos cancel those first 2 options, and Webb slings it to Malinga. Malinga got some space to work with here. Well marshaled by Stewart. Oh, and they've lost control on the deck. Bang! Aseza Hele.
Where's in the pressure? No con.
Oh, I thought they had hands to it. Springbok women lost it on the ground. And so although the Wallaroos have ball in hand, I don't think that they'd be loving going to a scrum right now. Yanda Malinga trying to use all her sevens prowess, putting the ball down, going to deck, looking to let go and trying to then pick it up and go again, but just losing it on the ground. Couple of Wallaroos players down. The physicality of the Springbok women often somewhat too much for other players who have not played us in recent times.
We stop time though. Yeah, I understand.
So 8 more minutes for the banker to review that yellow card and see if it will be converted into a red. Of course, if it is, the red card only lasts for 20 minutes under the new laws. Cecilia Smith up off the ground, and Naden also picking herself up off the turf.
Yeah.
It's physical out there, that's for sure.
No, scrum, yeah, knock on. Yeah. Turn back on. Take a sit, take a sit.
The New South Wales Waratah player, Atasi
Let's
Lafai.
go, ladies, let's go.
She was the player of the match in the Super Rugby Women's Final this year. So they could do with her out there. She just entered the field of play, of course, when she got that card, replacing Tuinaka Vadra.
Punch! Have your head inside. Punch! Sit!
The scrum work of the Springbok women continues to be ferocious, driving the Wallaroos back, but they get the ball free all the same. Here comes Palu. Palu. She is a handful. Lane Morgan away to Moleka, and under pressure, Hulse gets a good pass on the outside to Miller. Miller's away from the first two, and she might just get away from them all. Malinga's hunting her again. She beats Malinga, or does she? Malinga's done it again. What a cover tackle from the left wing of the Springbok women, but the Wallaroos remain on the front foot now. 14 against 15. They are playing without fear. Hulse at halfback. O'Gorman gets it away to Palu again. Palu. Palu breaking through tackles. Morgan. Moleka. Hulse. Only got one player on the outside. How well measured is the kick? Stewart.
No advantage, offside. Number?
Oh, opted to roll the dice there. Did Morgan. Had advantage.
Green one, offside.
That goes going against Sanale Siwa Charlie, offside at breakdown time. But look at that. Miller getting on the outside. She makes it look so easy. Half a step, but then Ayanda Malinga coming again with the cover tackle.
Advantage high.
High tackled advantage, a penalty advantage to the Wallaroos. 5 meters out from the Springbok women's line with 14 players on the field. They are showing great tenacity, and that yellow card will remain a yellow card. Only Karpani trying for the line again. Karpani, she picks up and goes once more, but she's knocked it on.
Captain, high tackle on
We
you.
spoke about squandered opportunities.
Yeah, that's just going to keep it on, please.
The Wallaroos have had many opportunities on the line that they have squandered.
High tackle.
This is high tackle from Lusanda Dumke, flying up.
We
Morgan
got to decide, we got to make a
this
decision.
time just ducking under it, but a high tackle.
Time
So
off.
what the decision is going to be.
Come on. Your man.
Lusanda Dumke leading a nation today, inspired by Sia Kolisi, who hails from the same province as she does, the Eastern Cape, formerly of the Border Ladies, now representing the Bulls Daisies up north.
Okay, we can.
So, disallowed tries have changed the game for the Springbok women in match 1 and match 2. This would have been one of the finest tries, if not the finest try of the tournament, had it counted.
The slick handling of the Wallaroos, but that time just not able to get it down. Cecilia Smith, and there again Morgan involved, finding Morgan on the inside. Ayanda Malinga coming for the hunt. Miller going. She's just all over the pitch, isn't she, Miller?
Okay.
Now that first disallowed try, when Cecilia Smith tried to dot it down.
Backwards.
Well, O'Gorman can't hold on to the ball, and Mpupa capitalizing on that. The Springbok women breathe again. They have lived on the edge against Japan and again now against Australia. The charge down against Nadine Roos.
No advantage, we go for the knock.
Well.
Sorry, we're playing knock advantage.
Kapani making
We went back with the person
the
who then tried to
full
catch it
presence,
after
her
knock.
full presence known. This is the knock on O'Gorman that allows for this scrum to take place and give the Springbok women another opportunity. O'Gorman gets hands to it, just going above her head. And Pupa does well to pick it up.
Time off.
Look at that, own scrums, 4-on-4. The Springbok women want to get territory back in their favour.
What I was going to say, Layla, that first disallowed try, the dot down from Cecilia Smith, that style, very much Rico Ioane who is to blame for that. He absolutely loves it, but he's got the talent to pull it off and the hands that are big enough as well.
Springbok women, we're hoping they can scrum for a penalty to be able to clear their lines.
Sit. Keep that bind up.
The scrum has been marching forward for the Springbok women thus far. Can they make it happen again? Haley's got to keep it in at the back. The scrum penalty comes this time.
Oh, it's getting feisty in front. They're fired up. Babalo Alacha, knowing that she got the turn, knowing she got the hit.
Roos, that's going to stay in field. Stewart gets it away just in time. Hauls away as well. Good hands from Australia. Naden dragged down. Now it's Holson at first receiver. How about the feet from... Was that Karpani on the step? No, it was Masters, flanker for Australia. Oh yes, Moleka finds a perfect pass to our inside centre. Smith and Miller's around the outside. A smile on her face. 5 points on the board.
Oh, she's been involved in the two that was disallowed this time. Gets her brace. Desiree Miller, you just can't keep her away from the try line. You definitely can't get her to have ball in hand, especially ball in hand in space. Getting on the outside of Nadine Roos. I think that's the second time she's gotten on the outside of Nadine Roos today. Extending the lead for Australia, for the Wallaroos. Finally, they make use of opportunity created.
What a telling try that may prove to be. With one woman off the field, the Wallaroos still find a way to score. Moleka looks to add the extras. Moleka hits the upright this time around. It's a 14-point game.
This comes off the penalty kick that didn't go to touch from Nadine Roos, and then it was all about finding the spaces. There was space on the outside. Gets the hitch kick, gets on the outside of Nadine Roos, and then accelerates into space. Can almost get the sense of relief that they were able to score that time.
Made her debut just last year, Desiree Miller, against England. Cesar Heda, on the other hand, has been part of this Springbok women's outfit for a very long time. Time ticking away on that yellow card, less than a minute to go. And Sways the Brain continues to live each and every minute of this match. Nadine Roos fires it long. It's been fielded by Australia, unorthodox in its nature, but a fielding all the same. And now they've broken the line wide open. Is it Miller again? Miller's around a couple. Miller, she could go for the corner here. Chased down by Nadine Roos. She's had enough, and she's in for the steal. Oh, yeah. Brilliant work in defense and attack.
Oh, that's all Nadine Roos' 7 skills coming into play.
Your mark over there.
Makes the tackle, gets around, lifts, shows clear daylight, and then gets the steal. I mean, she's a 7 specialist. She said, you got around me twice today. This time, I'm not going to get so lucky.
Roos drives it to the touchline.
Okay.
How about this from Miller, though?
Now, that was unorthodox, but look at that. Getting around the outside, carving up the Springbok women. No shoulders being put in. Gets around Roos the first time and then opts to go for the chase down. Makes the tackle, comes through the gates and gets the steal.
Knock on. Line up.
Error count rising for the Springbok women. And some moans and groans come from the stands of Athlone. Back onto the field for Australia as Atasi Lafai.
Oftentimes when you've been sitting down for 10 extra minutes, you come back with an extra fury.
Coach! Head in, Bawalo, head in. But! Set!
Penalty to the Springbok women. They're making it pay at scrum time now.
Yeah, for those who heard Sia Khaleesi's interview at halftime, he said go for those scrums and attack the scrums. It's exactly what they are doing. Babalwa Lacha winning on that tight head side. We said that she's a tight head specialist. Gorman having a really tough day.
Studying for a civil engineering degree at Sydney University as well as playing for her nation is Bridie O'Gorman. Jo Yap in her coaching staff must be satisfied thus far. And the bomb squad comes onto the field for the Springbok women. The most capped Springbok woman of all time, Nolosindiso Boy, onto the field. And the squad captain as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mika Gunter replaces Rosalind Bortus. And many more. Ubisi gets it down off the top and line out time. Oof. Doing well to hold on to that ball there. It was almost a mistake in the handling. Keeping it tight for the time being, the Springbok women. Here's Boy. She was in the team when the Springbok women played against Australia in 2014. Now finding a seam right up the middle. Solonsi. Pick and go from Kawe. The Wallaroos wise to it that time. Torse for Ubisi. Almost dummying the contact, stepping to the outside, finding an extra meter. What a piece of play from Ashley Masters. She's ripped it free in the tackle and trying for the space on the outside is one of the stars of this outfit, Maya Stewart. Hauls the 18-year-old carrying 3 Springbok women with her.
Watch your entry.
Oh, the Springbok women immediately with that bomb squad that came on, changing the way that they're looking to attack, trying to go straight through the gut. Then just losing ball in contact, being ripped in contact, and immediately, almost immediately making 30, 40 meters up the field, the Wallaroos. That's just how quick they're able to jump on turnover ball. Vino BC far too upright into contact, made meters, but then it was very easy to get the ball ripped.
Quality line-out work from Australia, played away by Morgan. Looking to find that punch in the midfield through Cecilia Smith. And forward goes Leonard. Morgan plays it the opposite direction. Moleka away to Halls. Gaps appearing already. There's space on the outside for Stewart. She's burned them again. And Maya Stewart's going to score for the Wallaroos. They're in full control.
Yeah, and that's just making use of your opportunity. Maya Stewart, they were able to create something from nothing. They got up 30 meters up the park, got the line out, then went. There was an immediate overlap. The call for the overlap came so quickly that Morgan knew exactly which side to play to, and then it was all about getting ball in hand, getting on the outside, using pace with Miller and Stewart as your wings. Those are the players you look to target and get the ball in hand.
Running the show like a seasoned vet by Talamoleka. Accurate this time, adds another 2 points to the tally.
Morgan got the call very early on. Then it was all about the one skip pass, get on the outside of Nadine Roos. Maya Stewart, as easy as you'd like, accelerates into space and nobody was able to touch her.
Many a time has Nadine Roos with the number 10 jersey on her back found herself being the last woman on the outside. And going from the field now is Eva Karpani. What a talent she is. Nadine Roos sends it long. 21 points separate the sides now.
Just remember
So
to
quality
retreat
clearance
after the
into
kick.
touch. And the breeze at the Springbok women's back has not made the difference in the second half, as it would turn out.
Receivers there.
Waste the brain, his mood plummeting. Much like the rain here in Cape Town. Ubisi, that's on the outside shoulder.
Not straight. Options,
And the
captain.
mistakes are piling up for the green and gold.
Another line out. Line out.
Definitely, she'd be disappointed
Set
in
up.
that. And then herself, Mika Gunter,
Tell them numbers now.
just trying to
5,
buy
let's
those
go,
extra
5.
centimeters, but sending someone up that time.
Okay.
Now definitely going to be called.
Not straight either, really, from the Wallaroos. But that one they get away with.
Are you happy
And
with
Lane
anything, Maya?
Morgan's digging in to get it free. Moleka sets it off. Oh, that's a powerful run from Cecilia Smith, the captain of the Queensland Reds. The counter ruck from a
That was
Springbok
good.
woman dominant. Boy has the ball back for the home team, and the pass no good. Ingolo manages to scramble back and gather.
No,
Torset
get up.
will be under pressure. Solonsi for Ubisi. Awe thought she saw a gap to run into. I found that Atasi Lafai was quickly closing.
Take a step.
Torse. Nadine Roos managing to hold on to that one on her fingertips, and Poopa goes to ground. Great counter rack from the captain, Michaela Leonard.
All feet.
That's what that kind of effort can bring.
Yeah, the counteract, brilliant from the Wallaroos.
Your mark here.
Roos thought she'd latched enough, but then just in the effort trying to push, gets a knee on the ground, goes off her feet. Now this again allowing the Wallaroos opportunity to get closer to the Springbok women try line. Zinhle Mpupa goes in isolated, but then Caitlin Leaney
Time off. Sub.
keeps going, keeps driving. It's the fight. Comes in, knee goes over.
It's time back on. Tell them numbers. Moving. 6-6. Get in the 15.
And it comes at line-out time for the Wallaroos. Another quality
Advantage.
execution. Tanya Naden has been on the money
From the
today.
sides.
Wow. The pendulum has truly swung in the
Backward,
direction of those in gold jerseys. The handling error goes backwards, and as such, Palu can power forwards. But that mistake will be punished,
Okay. Playing knock
as the
advantage.
Springbok women will capitalize and take possession. And here comes Solonsi.
High tackle.
Another penalty, this time to the Springbok women.
Oh, penalties
Let's
galore.
have a look at that last
Oh,
tackle.
Australia have conceded 7 penalties versus the 6 of the
Captain.
Springbok women. You can see Yunela Ngingolo calling
Let's make a
before the
choice.
scrum,
Let's make a
saying
choice.
let's scrum. Just a bit of miscommunication around what the
What
call
do we
is going to
do?
be now.
Scrum.
And exactly what Yunela Ngingolo asked for, she gets.
Here's my mark. Okay.
crowd now getting loud behind the Springbok women.
Substitutions for Australia, 13 and 11. 13
She's a
and
Pila
11.
Solonsi. She's a wrecking ball. She gets into contact, and Caitlin Leaney with the high tackle. That's what the penalty's for.
No, you tapped it.
Trilene
I gave you a
Pomare
advantage. You tapped it and...
onto the field for
Time
the
back
woman
on.
of Australia. We saw Felicia Jacobs, who plays her domestic rugby in Boland, not too far from the Western Cape, onto the field for the Springbok woman. She's wearing the 22 jersey.
Five. Set.
Jacobs feeds the scrum,
Use
keeping
it
it in.
nice.
Solonsi looking to control it at the back. It's gone out the back of the scrum, and she must use it. Power on the charge. Jacobs. Ingolo. Jacobs feasting off that fast ball and the pass from Nkiva. As Roos ran out of options, took it into contact and did well in the face of the challenge from Masters. Ubisi in at first receiver. Ubisi beats the first defender. Ubisi beats the second.
No.
Are there enough players and evidence now to
Manage
provide
offside,
support at the
18.
breakdown?
18 offside.
Yes, Springbok women now not afraid to run it from any area on the field. They're realizing that they've got game breakers like Vaina Ubisi to potentially get them up the park. Tumisa Kawe also being used to get over the gain line.
Don't drive up, please. Scrum.
Getting the break, getting away. Look at that, Vaina Ubisi. Such good transference of ball in hand. She understands where her fend needs to go. Comes from the junior under 20 Springbok women.
Time off.
She's really grown into her role. She's the main line-out caller, main line-out jumper. She's a runner. She's a real ball player.
Great clear out at ruck time from Mika Gunther, replacement hooker onto the field for the Springbok women as well. And more treatment for some of the Wallaroos. But Vaina Ubisi, evidence that you need that chain of production coming from the under 20 level and of course from the under 18 as well, which is so prevalent in some of the European nations.
Yeah, really starting to try and set the under 20 system and get it going, being a feeder system for the senior side. Carry exactly the same, but definite meters made as well as line breaks. That's the telling tale. That's why the scoreline looks the way it does. It's because of those line breaks just penetrating the South African defense too easily.
Okay, water off.
Look at that there, the under 20s. These are the future. That's the future of Springbok women. Hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
Time back on. I'll give you space just now. Remember, your head is in. Cross. 5.
Jacobs to feed a scrum, reasonably central on the field here. Solonsi is going to pick it up from the base and feed the back line. Mpupa is in a half gap. Mpupa's away. Big strong handoff on Hulse. Jacobs somehow got that pass over the back of her head to Mkachula. Here's Mpupa with the go forward. Molosundiso boy. Gunther ready to get in support of the next pick and go. Things really have changed since that flood of subs came onto the field for the Springbok women. They're taking it right up the noses of these Wallaroos defense. But all it requires is the power of one.
She came in also from the side.
Well, that was one versus almost 13 players of the Springbok women. Everybody bunched behind the ball carrier, looking to go, looking to get the ball around, staying in close quarters. Looks like it was Lydia Kavoa that was able to get hands over that ball, get this turnover affect the steal. Trying to keep it tight, trying to use the forwards to get Mika Gunter just coming on the wrong side, not there, not early enough to come around, and Kavua getting around, getting hands on ball.
Alan comes from Morgan, played away and down the back line. Holtz under pressure, gets her pass away. Look at the hands from Australia. Maya Stewart on the outside. Tries to get around Eloise Webb, who's having none of it this time around. Oh yeah, Solonsi with the challenge. Brave carry from Lafai in the face of that fire. Morgan off to Kavoa, who made that heroic turnover. Morgan for Holtz. Oh, great pass to the outside. A dangerous one from Moleka. Back to his skill set and got it wide. Gunter's attempt at the turnover unsuccessful. And the Wallaroos running it from inside their own half. Now Moleka will turn to the boot. Eloise Webb has watched that one into her welcoming arms, and she'll take it to the Wallaroos herself. That's a high tackle. Advantage being played. Jacobs. Away it goes to Mkiva. Jacobs for Nadine Roos. Woman in ball for Ubisi, who stands strong in the challenge.
But we go back for the high tackle.
Oh, Vino Ubisi did really well under pressure. Springbok women just little too lateral in their attack. No one really running from depth. That is why they were able to line Vino Ubisi up. But that's the hit on Eloise Webb from the captain, Michaela Leonard, just wrapping her arms around her neck. Question now probably being asked, are we going to go for a scrum? Are we going to go for a line out?
Scrum.
Mika Gunter lining up for that scrum.
Sub. 7. Sub. Is she out? Okay.
Katha Jacobs making her way onto the field.
Come back on. Mark is the 15 and the 10.
A Leicester Tiger.
Sorry.
Although this international experience at the franchise level, paying dividends for the Springbok women over the past few years.
Thank you. Catch! Bind! Set!
Another solid scrum performance.
Going sideways. Let's have it again.
Yeah, you got to just get the hit. You got to go through the mark, so you got to stay square.
Stay square, please. Yeah, I need the shoulder out, and I need you to get tighter and stay square. Let's go again.
Having a chat between Aziza and Kiva.
Sorry?
Just saying about staying in the space and scrumming straight over the mark.
So important for Solonsi to be able to control this ball at the back of the scrum so that it stays in long enough for Precious Pisani to be put under pressure to give that scrum penalty.
I need you tighter. Where? Make sure the shoulder is out. Yeah, that's good. Cut! Bind! Set! Anything from that side? The two of you, I need you to have strong.
Just as she sorts the tighted problem up, got to come to the other side. The loose head, have a chat with Mlingolo. As well as Sikimeti.
Just move to the side a bit.
Sikimeti under pressure from Mlingolo at the moment. Fighting for space.
Cut! Back! Set!
They go again. And now the Springbok women go marching in. Solonsi's got it under control at the back. They've been requested to use it. Solonsi will do just that. Here comes Dumke.
Step back, step.
Trying to shed the first defender, but Moleka, the teenage fly half, there to make 2 tackles in a row. even at this late stage in the game. Bang, that's a big hit from Masters. Klingolo goes to ground. Here's Roos. Roos cuts them open. Outstanding work from Holst, but Roos still going. Not too far to travel now for the Springbok women. Nolusindiso, boy, knocked backwards by Masters. She is a tireless worker, the number 7 for Australia.
Good, give it!
That turnover effort slowing the ball down for the Springbok women effectively. The Wallaroos have chance to regather. Mika Gunther with the pick and go. Keeping it simple, keeping it strong, the Springbok women, since those changes came onto the field.
Get out there, 17!
Kawe. Serious leg drive from the inside center. Boy's over the line. And she's held up.
Oh, that's good effort. That's Nadine Roos carving up the middle defense. And then it was all about getting the forwards, getting the power in, using those big hitters in front to go. Nolusindiso, boy, it's not often you can keep her up. That's brilliant defense by the Wallaroos. Getting numbers.
Let's use it.
Wallaroos now with possession in hand and hope to go long, but not long enough.
Dumke is underneath that one, and the Springbok woman will start inside the 22 of the Wallaroos. Jacobs to Roos, away to Mkiva. Jacobs, Roos, Kawe. Oh, she slipped over in the midfield just as there was a half chance on the outside. Roos now pops it over the top. Great hands from Dolph. Stayed in field, but off the feet at right time from Mpupa.
But yeah, they can't be shouting.
Mpupa. She's not happy with that call. Would have felt that she kept her knees off the ground, but I think the knees went down immediately, trying to seal. Behandre Dolph doing so well, getting ball in hand. That was a speculator. And then just the left foot slipping out under her, going off her feet. Precious Pazani in perfect position to be able to see that.
Time off, substitution. Australia 5, captain.
The captain has run a race.
Maria,
Coming on to replace her is Lucy Dinnan of the Western Force.
You said you're not happy with the mark, so we moved it? Yeah, the air is on the mark. 5! Keep going.
Maiden, no time to waste for the Wallaroos. Dumke powering through with the hit, but Palu standing strong in the face of it. A knock-on comes from the Wallaroos. Solonsi with ball in hand finds Roos. Kawe is outside of it. Kawe. Bumping and shaking in the midst of the contact. Here's Boy. Jacobs to Solonsi. Gunther didn't see that one coming from Masters. Roos is going to try for the half gap. She's great in those kind of spaces. Kawe.
Advantage over.
Kiva
Backwards.
just fires it out. Solonsi deals with it well. Tackle from Lafai. Kawe. Eloise Webb under pressure. Back to Kawe. Kawe takes on a couple, but the Wallaroos are spreading well across the field. They've got one woman down getting treatment. Gunther chops back inside. Jacobs to Roos. Roos is going to take it to the line, and Mpupa's hard to bring down. Zinhle Mpupa!
Maria, do you have it?
Oh, Zinhle Mpupa. That's what she can do in the outside centre position. We spoke about that centre duo, how they play the exact same kind of rugby. So good, Zinhle Mpupa, but this was all about keeping ball alive. Quick ruck ball was needed. That's what they got on the gain line. Last minute pass, Zinhle Mpupa cutting out back on the inside.
Nadine?
And Nadine Roos making sure she lets go just in time on the gain line, making the defender sit and wait. Caught in two minds, and Zinhle Mpupa powering her way over the try line.
Nadine Roos.
Yes, by how many seconds?
Clean strike from Roos, no problem adding the extra 2.
Oh, when the 7 players connect, they've got good understanding right up to the line. Pupa on the shortest of angles gets the soft shoulders of the Wallaroos. And Pupa power.
Oh, it's the highest points tally for the Springbok women in their entire history against the Wallaroos in a test match. The last of which took place 10 years ago, and this is the first that has ever been played outside of Rugby World Cup competition. Moleka. Malinga hangs out the hand, knocks it on.
No call? In the 22 off? Right, sir?
Oh, just that miscommunication between Lusanda Dumke
My mark?
and Ayanda Malinga, just not moving early enough to get into the right position and sticking her hand out. It's frustration, that's a coach killer.
Coach!
You could just keep the camera on Space to Brain the whole game. You'd know what was happening. The scrum struggling for the Australian women. Somehow, some way, they get it clear through Palu. The penalty comes to the Springbok women.
And that call came from the touchline. Going down. That's why the Australians don't want to scrum against the Springbok women. That's how powerful the Springbok women's scrum is.
Roos drives it into touch.
Australia 9. Substitution, Australia 9.
Initial hit is good from Lingolo. Gets in, gets underneath, and then just starts driving as Jacobs behind it, and they keep going, forcing her to go down.
Open up, goals, take a step.
Mika Gunter feeds the line out. Ubisi, the recipient. What a pass that is. Over the top of her head, and Pupa in the midfield. Oh man, big hits. She goes bouncing out of them. Jacobs for Boy, leader of this team.
No.
Jacobs for Roos. Roos with the dummy and go. Thrown to the ground is Roos. It's good to see her chancing her arm every once in a while. One of the most dangerous ball carriers in the Springbok women's team. That's a great kick from Webb. Asking the question, driving it down the line, and dancing on the touchline is the young horse.
You stepped
Oh,
up,
she
just let
ran
it go, yeah?
straight into the South African crowd, and they made sure the referee knew that she'd stepped out. Caitlin Halls thought
Numbers?
she'd
Five
just
line.
ballet-toed the touchline. Execution needed.
Ubisi, it just hasn't worked out between Gunter and Ubisi. And Dolph put in a brave effort at the tackle, ripped free by Roos. Roos beats another.
Get out!
Perhaps the fittest player on the field, Roos, playing her best rugby in the closing 20 minutes.
Roll east to
Roos
west,
wants
please.
to go again.
Behind the mark, please.
Oh, wanted to go quickly. It's like she's found extra energy here towards the end of the second half, Nadine Roos.
There you go.
Just never gives up. She's a fighter for the side.
A hero in the sevens outfit for South Africa and in the 15s. She takes no days off. Line out to South Africa. 14 points behind. That flurry of tries from the Wallaroos really killing the hopes of victory here for the South African woman. Ubisi takes it at line out time.
Give it.
Can they get this rolling maul going? Mika Gunther's tucked in the back. Now they have very little resistance from the splintering group of Wallaroos. Mika Gunther staying protected. Here come the Springbok women again. They've got protection around Gunther. She's still in possession and they're rolling to the try line. Gunther's getting there!
Oh man, celebration, jubilation, Mika Gunther. Every single forward of the Springbok women got in on that maul. The first one didn't work out, but the rip from Nadine Ruiz gives them another opportunity. Rolling maul set really tight, and then it was all about keeping momentum and keeping momentum going. Eventually splintering off on the side. Mika Gunther had found the try line. And the Springbok women celebrate as though they've taken the lead.
We're in the final minute of the match, and this conversion is to make it a 7-point game. The flags are raised. That's your MasterCard player of the match. And what a match she had. Desiree Miller, she's watching on from the touchlines now, watching her team hold on for dear life. Worried faces on the touchlines. It will take a miracle, but the Springbok women have risen to the challenge in the dying moments of this match. Can they draw the scores level with a converted try and set this place on fire? Taken in by Katha Jacobs. They've got a long way to travel, and they'll need to do it with no mistakes. Cindy Boy. Jacobs to Ruiz. Ruiz has been the difference maker in these closing stages, not coming off the bench, just backing those lungs of hers to serve her better and better as the match wears on and others show fatigue. Dolph away to Mkiva. Pressure on both sides to stick to the task. No mistakes can be accepted. Jacobs off to Boy. She has been powerful since coming onto the field. Jacobs again. Here's chopped down in the tackle of Lafai. Ross on the loop. They've just about kept that one alive. Ubisi dancing with danger as she headed to the touchline. She stays in field. Here's Ruiz. Back to the open side. Great body position from one and all. Boy on the hard carry. Now the Wallaroos try to target that breakdown. Jacobs off to Ruiz. Ruiz asking the question every time on the carry, committing those defenders and creating space for her teammates as a result. Eloise Webb this time sets the ruck for the green and gold. Jacobs away to Ruiz, and that passes into space for Solonsi. Solonsi's turning it on now. She passes to the outside. Desperation from the Wallaroos. Desperation that pays off in a big way. The counter ruck is all they have left. The Springbok women, have they won it back?
No, leave it.
That is phenomenal work. Dolph away to Mkiva. It's still alive. Mkiva places it back. This going for the draw for the Springbok women. 7 points, draws the scores level. Ruiz away to Webb. Wallaroos galore on this side of the field. Doomke straightens up.
Step.
Malinga with the pick and go. She needs support. Jacobs gets it free. How have they made it here? Jacobs again. Away it goes to Boy. There's numbers on the outside. Solonsi to Mpupa driving forward. Stopped short of the line. A long time being taken to roll away by Hulse. Mkiva. Bang! Driven back 4 meters. Jacobs compromised. Away it goes to Kawe. Head down and power forward from the inside center. Jacobs there again. Players left and right. They're going to keep it tight. Straight up the guts from Klingolo. The Wallaroos think they have hands on the ball. Oh my goodness, they've done it! They've only gone and done it!
Playing ball on the ground, agreed.
The master of her crafts. She goes equal for the most capped Wallaroo of all time today. And she's just saved her side.
Just get 10, please. On the
Pure
AR.
guts, pure glory
Yeah.
from the Wallaroos. The Springbok women were so close.
The tap, the kick into touch from Moleka brings about the final whistle in yet another dramatic matchup in the WXV2. It has been gripping from the first whistle to the last, and the crowd lived every second of it, as did both coaching staffs, but perhaps most so Sway's the brain for the Springbok women. The Wallaroos were game. It looked like they were running away with it. And the coaching staff can't help but smile and tap their chest because heart was shown here today. A team that looked dead and buried. They looked beaten. They came rising back to the challenge and almost snatched the draw from the clutches of defeat. But in the end, it is the team in gold that did the job here and get over the line for their second win in 2 matches in the WXV2. They played in the WXV1 last year, so they came here with a vendetta for sure. And they have got 2 wins from 2 to kick off their campaign, and they can possibly win the WXV2 trophy on their final day's play when they take on Scotland next week, Saturday.